Hi everybody, my name is Ella Shelby. Welcome to my channel, Power Intelligence. Today we're going to be talking about Andy Burnham now that Keir Starmer is on his way out. So I'm going to be talking to Anna and she's going to be asking me a series of questions about the new UK government that will be coming in the next couple of weeks. So hi Anna.
Hey, Ella. I'm going to jump right in. There's lots and lots of questions and topics of discussion. So, a very common question seems to be, why or have we had so many prime ministers in the UK? We've had six in the last 10 years.
Yes, and it,
Um,
it will be seven with the
yes, it
new
will be
one
seven.
coming in.
What's your take on that? And there may be eight if there's a general election soon. So,
Yes, indeed. Well, basically, the control once held by the prime ministers has been diminished. So they used to be able to make all the major decisions in the country. As they are now unable to make major decisions, this is why we're seeing a flip-flop all the time. They'll make a decision and then they're seen as completely changing their mind, whereas they're actually being overruled. The judges hold the authority to deliver any final ruling now. And also, the Chancellor, she just sits there and she is told by the Bank of England what to do. It does not matter what party is in charge, unless these rules are changed, nothing will change, sadly. So that's the reason why it's been chaotic in this country.
thank you, Ella, on that. So this is the next question, and it is with regard to the Makerfield by-election itself.
Mhm.
So Andy Burnham won this by 9,000 votes. Could you tell us why?
Yeah, and that was only last week.
Hmm.
Makerfield has traditionally been a Labour area since the 1980s. And what's happened is it's called tactical voting. And Keir Starmer has upset the poor working class, the middle class, and the upper class. So he's upset everybody, every background, you name it, he has upset them. And the people of Makerfield, what they did was they just wanted a new prime minister. So instead of voting for any other party, they voted for Andy Burnham. And also, somebody in Manchester gave up their seat so that Andy could sit it. And that's what happened, tactical voting.
Right, so they didn't want to split the vote and
No,
let reform or, restore or anybody else in. Right.
no, no. Even though Labour was wiped out in the by-elections that we had, this is what they call tactical voting. That people are desperate for change. And because we're going to have a Labour government for the next few years, that's why. So I hope I made that clear.
Yes, absolutely. Auntie Burnham recently travelled from Manchester to Westminster by train,
Mhm.
and this was to be sworn into Parliament. Why do you think he got the train down?
He's a truly down-to-earth person at heart. He will find it really hard to wear a suit, but he will actually get used to it. He likes to talk to people. He's going to be a little bit of a nightmare for security when he does sort of become prime minister. But he'll have to get used to it, whether he likes it or not, or
Yeah,
something will happen to him.
It's not just wearing the suit, it's the whole security protocol, having the whole
Yeah.
motorcade, having personal bodyguards, having his movement all monitored.
He doesn't like it at all. He really
No.
doesn't. Because, like I just said, he likes to talk to people, but he will have to get used to it. There's no two ways about it now.
Well, he's not fishing in a small pond anymore, is he? Right. So, Labour. Is there going to be a Labour vote on the next Prime Minister? Will there be, a selection of people standing to fight for Labour leadership? There have been rumours about that the next leader should be a woman. So it's not maybe just a given that just because Andy's been sworn in that he will get in. What are your thoughts?
To be honest, it's a legal obligation within this country that they do hold a leadership competition. But the way it's actually going, I just don't see it happening. But in hindsight, it should happen. But I don't see it happening.
Because apart from being the happy chappy from up north, nobody really knows what Andy Burnham stands for, apart from the fact he's very left wing.
Yes, he is. He describes himself as a soft socialist, but in reality, he's a hard left socialist. He supports measures like high taxes, including wealth taxes, such as holding rent control and also tax on private schools. And the list goes on and on and on. Also, I do pick up that he could make people who earn a certain amount pay more for the NHS treatment.
So people have perhaps been, when I say people, I mean, us, the UK citizens, I might well be slightly kidding ourselves when people, like the Labour theory, like the idea of fairness, but are we essentially saying that our taxes are going to go up even more? That
Yes,
there's going to be even more of a downward pressure on the finances of everyday people in the UK, everyday hardworking people who are earning money, perhaps saving for their pensions, perhaps saving, for their family to send the kids to good school, or even, the week in Spain in the summer. All of that is going to be really pressured.
yes. It's not going to stop. We're basically going to get exactly the same as what we have with Claire Starmer, except this man is a little bit more to the left. Starmer was a socialist. This man is a socialist. It's not going to change.
I guess a friendly smile and what did Kimmy say? The eyelashes and so forth is not something we need to be distracted by. So, do you believe Andy Burnham is going to be the next Prime Minister of the UK?
Ah, yes, many members of Parliament are behind him and will vote him in, basically.
Okay.
I do not feel people will be brave enough to take him on. And also, everybody's being told to back him.
Wow. Well, you've taken us through, the type of guy that he is in terms of his politics. So, will a general election be held when he steps in or shortly afterwards?
No, because the Labour Party performed its worst in history in the by-elections that were held this past May. It, they don't want to take the risk, even with a new popular leader such as Andy Burnham. They just don't want to do it.
Okay. So what do you believe Andy Burnham will bring to the country in a positive way?
What I have to say, publicly, Andy Burnham may say the opposite, but once in power, this is what his vision is. So what he's saying now will be different to when he gets into Parliament. He will try to help. This is one good thing. He will try to help the hospitality industry by cutting business taxes. He would also like to drop the VAT for them. He especially wants to help the pubs from closing because we're losing so many pubs on a daily basis. He would like to start drilling for oil. He also open to bringing back the steel industry and other industries to the UK. He wants to take ownership of water, gas, electric, etc. He would like to start a national service, but I feel he will get beaten down on this topic by his peers. The reason he would like to bring in national service is to try and get the young people motivated to have some form of work experience so they can get on with their lives. What he wants and what he is told are two different things. Like the previous prime ministers we've had, he will be told what to do. So, in some respects, he is so socialist and very left wing, but he does have compassion in certain areas, especially when it comes to the pub, because it's part of British society.
Absolutely. So, can I ask you about the EU, Ella? So, this is obviously a massive conversation. Do you believe that Andy Burnham will betray Brexit by taking us back into the EU?
At present, the UK businesses have freedoms thanks to Brexit, but he will sign deals that will hurt business in the back pocket of the UK.
But that is
And
not the general narrative, funnily enough, because so many people are saying that we've lost out since Brexit, but actually not being part of Europe has protected us in many ways.
from a business perspective, for a lot of businesses, yes, it has. It has.
Yeah,
So yeah, I know that's quite a hot topic, and but that's exactly what I am getting from a point of view of looking at it from a remote mind probe point of view.
that's why we need your insight, Ella. We need to get under these hot topics so we can understand a way forward for ourselves, right? So, what do you believe his view is on the welfare state?
Yeah, he feels we should have a welfare state as people can fall into health issues and employment issues. He already knows it needs a reform before he steps into power. Again, he wants to do what he wants to do and what happens, two different things. There will be a few changes, but nothing major that will impact people's lives.
Okay, another hot topic, Ella.
Yes, 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 yes.
We questions are about the grooming gangs and rape gangs.
Mhm.
So several political parties are circling this conversation. Some people are being very vocal about actually getting under the truth of the matter. Um, or, once again, as people have also said, is that nobody is getting to the truth of the matter and they are skirting around it because nobody wants to really expose it. What is your belief in terms of what Andy Burnham will do on this topic of grooming gangs?
It's too public now, and he actually feels that he's going to take a back seat and just let the parties get on with it, such as Reform and Restore Britain, just to do the work. He does not want to upset his vote share at all. So I feel if he's forced into saying something, he will just say what is politically correct. What is going on in London is starting to explode. It is coming out. The current mayor of London, Khan, he does know exactly what's been happening.
So will
Exactly.
Sadiq Khan, do you believe Sadiq Khan will actually be exposed?
Yes, he will, but it's going to take a couple of years. While
Wow,
Labour's in power, they will try and protect him. But when Labour are out of power, he will be completely exposed.
gosh. And what do you believe Andy Burnham's stance is on migrants, Ella?
He will not withdraw from the European Convention on Human Rights. His party would throw him out of power. They would, plain and simple. So he's just going to go along with the way things are at the moment.
Okay, so Andy Burnham gets sworn in. He's the new PM. There won't be a snap general election, but do you believe in time there will be an earlier general election?
Only by about 6 months,
Wow.
sadly, only by about 6 months, yes. Because I know the whole country wants an election and they want it now, but it's just not going to happen.
Okay. And finally, the big question. When there is a general election, do you believe that Andy Burnham will last until the general election?
Yes, he will. He may look soft and approachable, but he can be firm and hard when need be.
Should I push you once more, Ella? Do you feel he will win the next general
No,
election?
no, he won't.
Thank you very much, Ella. What a brilliant insight. And it's great to see that you don't shy away from the hard topics.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Anna. Anyway, it's lovely having you on to ask me some questions. So thank you for listening to me, everybody. Take care and bye for now.